Well, hello out there to everybody. Welcome. How y'all doing? My name is Latrice Sampson Richards. I am a mental and emotional wellness creative, a licensed professional counselor, and a certified life enhancement coach. I teach Black women the skills that we need in order to heal and manifest, and I do so by sharing my journey with you in hopes that it'll help you along your own. And this is a random live. Sometimes I just be thinking about stuff and I say, well, I want to do a live stream. And so I do a live stream. And so that's what this is. I'm also going live so I'm doing a dual live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. So you want to make sure if you have not yet that you head on over and to my YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications to make sure that you get notified or whatever when I go live. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment hashtag replay so I can say, hey, girl, hey, or whatever. And yeah. So anyway, I it's been a crazy week. I didn't really get a chance to come and talk to y'all today. I mean, well, really much of this week. It's been so busy. Like at work, we have a lot of like really big projects that's going on because y'all know I still have a 9 to 5. And so we have a lot of like projects that are happening and everything. At my 9 to 5 job. And this week was particularly stressful as a result of those things. And it was really like a all hands on deck kind of situation. So we had to kind of like put everything down and like really band together and make it happen. So that was really stressful, but it was nice at the same time though, because, like I told y'all before, my last job, I was basically working by myself, which has some perks, there's definitely some perks, but there's some pitfalls as well. And so, I enjoy working with a team, especially when I have an opportunity to work with a team that is, you know, competent. Just competent. Because you would not believe how difficult that is to find. And so the team that I work with, like at work, they are extremely competent. I love these people. I love working with these people. It's really cool, but it can be a little stressful from time to time. So I had all of that going on or whatever. And then I have my partnership with Afros and Audio Podcasting Network, which is doing extremely well. We have had an opportunity to like really make a really good strong partnership with a sponsor, and it's going very well. So I love the other part of like collaboration is like when you're able to work with other people that work at a really high level, or like that are able to execute at a really high level. It just makes it good, you know what I'm saying? Because it lifts you to the next level. It lifts your creativity when you're surrounded by people that know what they're doing, and that do it very well. It kind of gives you like room to kind of spread your wings and see what you can actually do. Like, how much can I do? How much can I actually accomplish? And so like that has been very, very inspiring for me, like on a like creative front. And I'm just trying to ride that wave for as far as long as I can ride that wave. And I appreciate it, and I definitely do not take it for granted at all. And so, in the midst of all of that, like all of those things, I still had a few moments that were like for me and about me, in the course of this week. And while those things were good things, they also still added to, kind of some of the the I don't know, like the weightiness of this week, because it's not always negative things that make you feel like you're tired, at the end of the week. Like sometimes, success can be draining, and that doesn't mean that you're not happy for that success. It just means that, nigga, I worked hard for this success and I'm tired as fuck. I think I earned a nap. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like where I am. Hey, Twan, congratulations on passing your examination, Twan. I said I need to go, Twan. I have until August 13th, I think, to take my test. I haven't even started studying yet. Do you know how long it's been since I took a standardized test? The last standardized test I took, Twine, was the national counselor exam when I got licensed in Louisiana 9 years ago. But I do test well. I've always tested well. But I have to get back in the mindset of taking these standardized tests because I had finished that a long time ago. But congratulations on passing your exam the first time. That is awesome. So yeah, so my personal wins for this week, I wanted to share with you all some personal wins I have. I keep those for myself, and because I just feel like some moments need to be for me. I just cannot like give all of me all the time. But I do share most moments with y'all. And this moment I decided to share with you all because I feel like it's can be a really good uh learning moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of people will connect to this because I think it's something that most people experience and we never really understood it before. And hopefully listening to my experience of it will help you to make more sense of it for yourself. So make sure that you have your journal. This is your What Would Trice Say journal. Okay. It's available on my website, latricesampsonrichards.com. It's a great notebook and it's only $15. So you need to go ahead and get you one because you need to, whenever you come hear me talk, you got it. You need to have your pen and your paper ready always because I'm more than likely going to say some shit that you're going to want to write down. So, this week I did two things. And on the surface, both of these things seem to be very, very, very minuscule. You know what I'm saying? Like on the surface, when I tell y'all what it is that I did this week, y'all are going to be, well, at least one of these things, I'll say. At least one of these things, y'all going to be like, girl, what's this? You know what I'm saying? But I think it's important for us to understand that the lessons are in the everyday. The lessons are in the mundane. The lessons are in the things that we just completely don't even pay attention to. And we need to be paying attention to these things. We need to be paying attention to the everyday, just the way things happen, or that's what you're supposed to do kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's lessons in those things. Because there's always another option. There's always another choice. So the fact that you made that choice or that option, it means something in terms of like life and shit. So I bought a pair of shorts this week. I know. I bought a pair of shorts this week. And that does not seem like it should be a big deal. But I have not worn a pair of shorts that were not sleep related since probably close to 25 years. So I need y'all to like really understand that I bought a pair of shorts, not today, yesterday. I wanted to come and do this talk with y'all yesterday, which would have been today, but you get what I'm saying. So I bought a pair of shorts yesterday, and it was a journey. Like, it was a process of like getting myself prepared to buy these shorts. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't just about the shorts, you know. Those shorts like hold a lot of meaning for me because I've always been a big girl my whole entire life. And I was never really made, well, there were a lot of things that I experienced because of being a big girl that affected me for a very long time, you know, and certain ways that I saw myself or didn't see myself, you know. And so it's been a real journey of like getting really completely comfortable with myself and my body. Like, I'm cute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm cute. Don't get it twisted. The girl is a hot piece, okay? But you know, I would be lying if I said that there were not things or moments that I have in my day to day life, you know, where I don't feel as cute, you know, and everybody goes through that. Like, I think that's just the cycle of, you know, the human experience. There's ups and there's downs. And so there are things about myself that drive me batshit crazy about my body, about my appearance, things that are completely outside of my control, things that are, you know, slightly outside of my control, and things that I absolutely can control and change that for whatever reason I just have not been able to. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm learning how to make my peace with the things that are completely outside of my control. And I'm learning how to make my peace with the things that are slightly outside of my control. And I'm learning how to step up and step into the things that fit squarely within my control. You know what I'm saying? And like really understanding and figuring out why I'm not doing those things, you know? Like taking the steps or whatever, because those things are preventing me from being able to live the kind of life that I want to live. And those things are blocking me from like fully experiencing joy and happiness. Don't get me wrong, girl. I am happy. You know what I'm saying? And it feels really good to be able to say that. I am happy. I am happier than I have been in a very, very, very long time. Okay. So I'm extremely happy right now. Um, but even with that being said, there is another level, you know, like there's another level, and there are more things that I would like to accomplish. There's always something more. And so joy can feel a lot of different ways and a lot of different experiences, and so I want to experience it in as many different ways as I can. Hello. Okay. So anyway, I have really been focusing on like healing those parts of myself, like the negative thoughts that I have about my body, the way that I communicate to myself about my body, my projection onto my husband of, you know, how he might see my body, or if he might grow tired of me, of my body. You know, am I not? Is it enough to just be pretty? Do I also need to be like this, that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that negative projection that we all experience. You're lying if you say you don't. Either you're lying or you don't know you're lying. Either you blatantly lying to yourself or you don't realize that you're lying to yourself. But either way it goes, sis, you're lying to yourself. And so we all have those moments. And so I don't want to carry that. I don't want to carry that. That is an unnecessary weight to carry. And while I'm fully aware that I will not be able to stop or crush those thoughts altogether, because that is a part of the human experience. And anybody that tries to tell you otherwise, girl, you need to not walk but run, girl. You need to turn and you need to run in the opposite direction, because sis don't know what she's talking about. Okay. The truth of the matter is that it's an ongoing journey, but you can minimize the amount of times that it happens and the frequency of it. And I think ultimately that is what needs to be the goal, not eradication, because that's an unrealistic goal to set for yourself. It's against human nature. We're talking about a higher level of maintenance, and maintaining and processing and all. Of that other shit. So I've been putting in a lot of work to do that. And so I finally got to a point where I was like, I think I want to buy me a pair of shorts. You know? I think I want to buy me a pair of shorts. I I have an idea in my mind of what I want those shorts to look like. What I need to try or to wear or to find in order to feel comfortable with taking that chance. So making up in my mind that I'm going to take that chance, that took several weeks for me to get to that point. Like, I need y'all to understand. Hey, Sharita. All right, Antoine. I'm gonna call you for real. It took me several weeks to get to that point. Like from the decision to try to actually purchasing the shorts took me several weeks to do that. You know what I'm saying? Um, because making the decision to change or making the decision to do something different, that's just, it's just the beginning of the process. It's an important part of the process, because the process cannot happen or move forward until you make the decision. But it's literally only the first step. The real work comes after you've made that decision. And then you're actually required to do something different, you know, because the change is in the doing. The change is in the doing. Okay. So in order to inflict change, you got to actually do something different. And you have to prepare yourself for that. You have to prepare yourself mentally to do that. And so it was a lot of looking at different styles of shorts, looking at myself in the mirror and looking at my thighs, which is the reason why I did not wear shorts, why I stopped wearing shorts. And making peace with those things, making peace with I got big thighs and a big booty and my shit rubs together. I mean, I could either fight myself on it, fight the reality of that, or I can just embrace it and say, you know what, that's what it is. My thighs rub together, my nigga, that's what it is. And it's a whole heap of folks that have no problem with it. Okay? A whole heap of them. And so why not? Why not just find something that looks and feels comfortable to me? And so I was like, at first I was like, maybe I'll get these Bermuda shorts, but some about Bermuda shorts they just never really set well for me. And then I visualized myself in the different types of shorts, which again, it seems like really like fleeting, like, oh well, like bullshit kind of thing. But visualization is a huge, huge part of manifestation. It's the basic law of attraction. It is connected to the law of attraction because visualizing something, like seeing something clearly in your mind's eye, requires time and it requires effort and it requires thought. And the whole time that you're working this shit out in your head, what do it look like? What color blue is it? Is it a stone wash blue? Is it a acid wash blue? Is it a denim blue? Is it a stretch fabric? How much stretch you need, sis? How short it's gonna be? How long it's gonna be? What, where you gonna get them from? You gonna wear a belt with them, or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does the look like? How does the look pull together? What kind of tops you gonna wear with that? What kind of shoes you gonna wear with that? What does that look like? So as you're asking yourself these questions, you are answering these questions. And that means that you're learning more about yourself. You're identifying what feels right with your soul, what feels right with your spirit. And it's yeah, like, yeah, girl, it's some shorts, it's an outfit, sis, but it's a representation of me. The clothes that I wear, the way that I put myself together, they tell a story. They tell a story. They tell the story of where I am. They tell the story of sometimes where I want to be. They tell the story of who I am. It's not the full story at any given moment, but it's a glimpse, because I'm a lot of different things to a lot of different people in a lot of different places. And all of it is authentically me. All of it, every single piece of it is authentically me. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, you know? So I bought a pair of shorts, and the shorts are super cute. I do not have them on right now. I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on my journey. All right. Um, but I did try them on yesterday and I really like them. They fit the way that saw them fitting in my head because I did not try them on in the store because, that Rona's still out here, girl. So they fit the way I envisioned them fitting in my head. They were the right color and stuff. There was the right fit. Like it was good. The only thing is that it didn't have belt loops, but to be honest, I still got them. Normally I wear pants or like any bottoms other than like some tights or something. They have to have belt loops because my booty too big, and my waist is too small, and if I don't wear belt loops, all my ass gonna be hanging out every time I sit down. And I hate having to pull on my clothes. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want my clothes to fit right? So I wear belts if I need to wear a belt. But I don't really like wearing belts? So these don't have belt loops, but it has a softer waistline or whatever you call it. So I think I'll actually be able to just tack it a little bit. I just need to take it in a little bit in the waist so that it actually comes in and stays up on its own. So my husband liked them as well because he will definitely tell me if he did not like them. But he liked them. He liked them. If he not gonna let me be out there looking crazy, girl. My husband does not play. He not gonna let me out there looking crazy. So I trust his opinion. And so buying those shorts was like a real moment for me. And I made sure to take that moment and acknowledge that moment and like really be like, bitch, you just bought a pair of shorts, bitch. And like really revel in the amount of healing that took place in order for me to do that, to buy them shorts, And so I just, I think it's important. I think it's extremely important. I'm gonna tell y'all the other thing that I did this week, but let me get into these comments for just a second. Antoine says, my grandma used to say very similar things. She was wise beyond the times in which she lived. Yes, yes. Sharita says, that's how I am with my tops because I hate my big arms. I would never wear a top like what you have on because of my bat wings arms. You talking about these bat wings, sis? These? You talking about these bat wings? Listen, I'm grateful. I definitely understand your concern. Like I said, everybody got something about their body that they just, they don't really care for or they wish was different or something like that. I am absolutely grateful that the arms thing is not something that I ever really picked up, like having that shame about my arms, because my grandfather on my daddy's side was toothpick skinny girl. Johnny was small. He was tall and thin. You know what I'm saying? And he was bald. He liked to wear hats and shit. And he used to like to go sit on the porch by their house on the corner and just watch the people go by in the whole neighborhood. Everybody knew Mr. Johnny. And I loved my grandfather very dearly. And he loved me. And I used to go sit out there with him, and he'd have a mason glass with some tea in it and stuff, and he'll sit on the corner and smoke his cigarettes and shit. And I used to sit on the sofa, sit on the stoop with him, and I used to suck my thumb, and I would cuddle up under him, and I would suck my thumb, and I would play with the extra skin on his arm because he had a lot of it. So my family, my daddy's side of the family, we just have loose skin. I don't know. And I inherited that gene. You know what I'm saying? Amongst some other things. And I think I just, because I always saw it on my grandfather, it just never really bothered me. So my arms is not a thing that really bothers me. It bothers other people more than it bothers me. And guess what? I could care less. What you gonna do? You gonna check me? You gonna say something to me? You gonna touch my arms? What are you gonna do? I dare you. so so I definitely get it. I definitely understand having, how you could feel that way. But I can't say that I personally understand. Um But it's valid. I know that whatever it is you're feeling is valid completely. Completely. So the other thing that I did this week, I kind of already showed you all, but I'm gonna show you all again because you're gonna be seeing it a lot more. But um, I created a journal, and it's a basic journal. It's a notebook with 192 blank lined pages. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It has a little place to hold your pen. It has a little ribbon. It's a wood grain finish with my logo in gold. Um, it's a hardcover. It's very well done. It is very, very good quality. And it is something that I've been wanting to do for about 3 years now. And it's a huge, huge, huge thing for me that I have a whole box of these things and that they are now posted on my website for sale for $15 each. And that people are actually going to buy my journal. They're actually going to buy something that was an idea in my mind that was thought of and created to help other people, and that the people who were intended to be impacted by it will be. That is in my journey. That's like huge, because for the last 3 years or so, I have been just in a place where I was just ready to like do this and like really help people in this way. And it just felt like it just felt like I was never going to get there. You know what I'm saying? I was personally struggling, very much so. And so now to be in this place where I have really healed in so many different ways, and I have manifested so many goals. Like, listen, I feel lightweight, unstoppable right now. Like it's a really cool feeling, and I don't know that I've ever really felt like this in my adult life. Like it's a really, really good feeling. And so yeah, I did these books came in this week, and I created the shop section on my website, and I got my husband to take the pictures, and then I processed those pictures to make them look nice, and I put them up on my website, and I set up the payment portal, and like I am selling journals on my website. That is a at least a 3-year old goal of mine. And while I absolutely hope that every single one of you clicks on the link in the description box and purchases your journal, because I only ordered 50 of them. And so while I hope that every single one of you go to latricesampsonrichards.com/shop and purchase your notebook, your What Would Trice Say journal. Even if none of you do, this is still an accomplishment for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that does not take away from the accomplishment, because for me the accomplishment is in following through on something that I said I was going to do, because that was something that was a struggle for me for a while. I would say I was going to do something, I would start a project, and I'd be like all in, like ready to like do this project and shit like that. And then all of a sudden, some kind of emotional boulder would knock me off my ass. And then I end up putting it down and I can't finish it because I'm emotionally in just shambles for whatever reason. That was the reason at that particular time. And I ended up not getting it done. And so to actually finally like have this follow through, and like to actually have a whole box of books, and to have actually figured out how I'm going to do the shipping, like figuring out the whole shipping process, and figuring like I really figured that shit out. Like I really did that, and that's a major accomplishment for me in my own journey. And yes, I do hope that you all go buy the journal. It's a really good journal. You know what I'm saying? And I did create this with you all in mind. I was intentional about every single aspect of this thing. Um, and so, yes, I want y'all to purchase it. But like I said, whether y'all purchase it or not, I'm still marking this as a win, because it means something to me in my own life. And that in and of itself, that is like growth for me. Like that is proof of my healing, because I spent so long going through this cycle of having an idea, getting excited about it, starting to work on it. Then something happens emotionally that kicks me off my ass. And then I start struggling. I go into depression. I start struggling. I lose my creativity. I lose my interest in things that I love. And I fall off. And then I feel bad for falling off because I made a commitment to you all, my villagers, and I wanted to do this. And, then I start feeling like a failure because I can't never finish shit, like it just took me into this cycle, and then I have another spark of creativity, and then like, so it just was this on and on and on and on and on. And so to be able to like interrupt that cycle, and to be able to actually follow through on an idea, or a creative inspiration that I have, and to make it to, this point of it, it feels really, really good. It does. It feels really good. And it's a feeling that I wish for everybody, It is. So that's my things that I did this week. I bought a pair of shorts, and I started selling my What Would Trice Do journals on my website, latricesampsonrichards.com/shop. I have some other things I'm working on. Trust Village Academy is happening, and you all will be receiving information about that very, very soon. And I don't know, I'm in a good place. I feel good. Oh, I also, what else I did this week? I started my meal prep again. So that's a big deal as well, but I'll talk about that with y'all later. Okay. I just wanted to tip my toe in. Make sure, if you're not a member of my Facebook group, Trust Village, it is a safe space for Black women to heal, or to learn how to heal, manifest, and find community with each other. And I would love to have you join us in Trust Village. And membership has its perks. So there's that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Latrice Sampson Richards. And like this page if you haven't liked this page yet. And head on over to Afros and Audio to register for the virtual podcast Creative Kickback happening on July 15th. It's a novice, Ask the Expert novice uh, tech talk. And so if you are a podcaster or an aspiring podcaster, make sure that you tune in. It's free to register. So go on and get that knowledge. All right. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And until next time, be well.